There is this viral makeup routine all over TikTok by Shelby Ann. She does this beautiful makeup routine using only drugstore makeup products. So I want to do it today and follow it step by step and see if it works for me over 40 skin, because I think she's in her 20s. She's beautiful. This looks amazing on her, but I want to see if the same routine is actually going to give the same results as someone like me who is in her 40s. Hair is out of the way. My Velcro rollers, we are ready to go. Don't be laughing at my Velcro rollers, you all. They may be old school, but they will give you volume. So the first step she does is the THAYERS Milky toner. This is the only product in the entire video I could not find, you all. I looked at every store, every CVS, I looked online. It was sold out. That tells you how viral this makeup routine is, but I have something that looks exactly like the same texture, so I'm just going to use that. Everything else I have, I'm just going to use the Haru Haru Wonder Essence. And so she starts with a milky-like toner. So we're going to, let me take my ring off. So we're going to hydrate the skin and put this all over to give a nice dewy base to the skin. Then she goes in with the e.l.f. Skin First Burst Drops. I've never tried these before, as you can tell. My first time using it. I told you we're doing this live together, so we're going to put that on top just like she did.
Today I'm going in with the e.l.f. First Burst Drops. There's no filter here. This is just my skin.
I think the whole point of her video, you will always to have a really beautiful, glowy, hydrated base, which in theory will work really well for over 40 skin, because as we get older, we get drier, and we need that hydration. So I'm hoping the results turn out as good as hers. Next up is the e.l.f. Skin Wow Glow Sunscreen. I haven't tried this before either. Oh, hold on. I gotta open it up, you guys. Hold on. I got the color Sunbeam because that's the color that she used, and I have a similar skin tone to her, so we're gonna do that. And rub this all over the skin.
Which is, I think, like the original, like tinted, but barely tinted. This is what your skin should look like before you put your makeup on top of it. Literally nearly reflective.
So she's showing this is what your skin should look like before you put anything on top of it, and this is my skin. I am sitting, by the way, in front of natural light, you all. I have no studio lights. The only thing I have is my overhead light in my actual office space, but right here is just a window, and this is my skin. It's actually looking pretty glowy and hydrated. Next up, she uses the foundation L'Oreal True Match in the color C3. I got the same color too because, again, I think I'm the exact same skin color as her, so we're going to do this together. I noticed that she applied it with a sponge. Normally with a thin viscosity like this, I would prefer to use a buffing brush, but again, I'm going to do it exactly as she did it because I want to make sure we're getting the same result. So I'm just going to tap this foundation all over the skin.
And I actually got some new of the pop, like restock of the Paw sponges yesterday. So I'm actually going to be blending it out with that, which I normally don't do. I normally am very much a brush girly, but these are quite literally the softest makeup sponges, and they're super inexpensive. And same as last time, we're avoiding our under eye area because we only want to use concealer there. How far will we get into this makeup tutorial before I get something on this white shirt? I'm pretty sure I already did.
Then the next step, she goes pretty heavy-handed with the concealer. This is the part where I was like, oh Lord, I'm over 40. I don't know if I can do heavy concealer under the eyes. I'm using the L'Oreal Infallible one. And she was saying at this point in the video that going heavy-handed is what makes the makeup last. And I actually do have to agree with her here. So I'm looking at the video right here to make sure I do this the exact same placement that she was doing. But the trick is if you're over 40, too much makeup, especially under the eyes, can be a little bit tricky. So again, we're going to see if this works for over 40 skin.
It's really what's going to make it last and what's going to make it look like you have a filter on. Don't be scared of doing a little extra makeup.
She didn't show on the video how she blended out, so I'm going to assume it's with the sponge. So we're just going to do that here. And this is a shade lighter than the foundation. This is color 345. Okay, wish me luck. I got to blend under the eyes. Hold on, I need some coffee right now. Let's do this. I'm so nervous about this much concealer under the eyes, you guys, because, woo, this is a lot. I am nervous, but, you know, I'm going to blend this out really good. I don't think she showed this step, so I'm, again, just going to blend it with the sponge because I think that's how she did it. I'm not going to lie, this is the only part of the routine where I feel a little out of my comfort zone. Like, this is a lot of concealer. It's a lot of concealer. And this is a little bit thicker of a concealer, so we'll see how that turns out. I think I got concealer in my eyeballs. There was so much concealer. I hope I didn't apply too much. I tried to do it exactly how she had it because I want to be very consistent. I will say I do like the extra coverage that this is getting me. But it doesn't look dry and cakey yet, so let me get up and show you all. I'm really, really working this into the skin, okay? Not bad. We're going to keep going. Next up is the MILANI Cream Bronzer, and she applied this. She said, go heavy-handed with this. So she's really applying it like it in my hair. She's really applying this here under the cheekbones. She did a lot on the forehead. She said this is a full beat, so we're really going to go in heavy-handed with this. But we're still going to blend it out because we want it to be blended, even though this is a lot of makeup. So I'm going to do it up here. She did some here under the cheekbones. She started to blend it upwards.
You have her in your makeup routine. Go get it. I'm applying this with my BK 106 brush. Again, I'm being heavy-handed, but this is a full beat.
Now, cream bronzers for over 40, actually, I do recommend, highly, highly recommend, because it's easier to blend. It looks like skin. It doesn't look thick or cakey. So for over 40 skin, I really do like this technique. I'm going to blend this here because I think I got a little carried away, you all. A little carried away. So let's blend that out. I'm liking it so far. Next up is blush, and she used the She Glam blush. I got the exact color, Petal Talk. Now, I'm out of my comfort zone on this, you all, because I never wear pink blushes. I always do corals. So, again, say a prayer for me. I'm nervous. I swear, you all, I have not practiced this routine ahead of time. So I have no idea how this is going to turn out. She didn't show how she blended it out. So again, I'm just going to do it with a sponge because I think that's what she did. Okay, that blended out to be actually pretty sheer on me. Do I need to do, I think she did one more layer, it looks like, from her video. So I'm going to do that. Let's do one more layer. Never tried this blush before. It's a little light pink. Not showing up too much on me, but it is pretty. Next is the powder, and I do agree with Shelby on this one. This L'Oreal Infallible Blur-Fection powder. It really is that, girl. This is probably the best drugstore powder I've used in a really long time because it's super finely milled. I don't know if y'all can see that. Like, it is very finely milled. So I gotta agree with her. This is a great powder.
This is such a good drugstore loose setting powder.
She went in with the color, the pink one. So that's what I'm gonna do as well. I've got my sponge similar to hers that we're gonna use. And because I'm over 40, I like to just really work it into the sponge and scrape off a little bit. And it looks like, hold on, let me see her placement.
Powder puff, and I'm just pressing it underneath the under eye.
So she's pressing it under the eyes.
How instantly bright that is. And my under eye looks so smooth.
That is a really good powder.
It's really good. Give her a try. This is only at Target, by the way. And I like to set with powder everywhere that we did that concealer earlier.
That is giving a really nice coverage. It's not thick or cakey yet. So far, this is doing pretty good. That really is a good powder, you all. You need a great drugstore powder. Out of anything in this video, it feels like a high-end powder. I'm impressed, L'Oreal. I'm impressed. Then she used the L'Oreal Brow Lamination to just comb through her brows. Now, over 40, I am a 80s and 90s kids, and we overplucked our brows back then. So honestly, I need to fill them in a little bit. I do not have the nice, thick, fluffy brows that Shelby has, but we're still gonna use the same technique. Would you all judge me if I fill in a little bit right here, just based on the fact that I overplucked my brows? I gotta fill them in just a little bit. So this is the only part I'm gonna cheat on. We're gonna pretend I have hair strokes here, even though I don't. I'm missing hair because, you know, again, that was the trend of the 90s, kids. Don't black your brows. Don't do it. Don't overpluck them.
Okay, I'm finishing off the eye look. I didn't do anything crazy. I just put something a little bronzy in my crease, a brighter shade on my lid, and then I did a smudged brown liner.
Okay, so for the eye step, she didn't really show what she was doing. She did kind of a bronzy color in the crease and then smudged some brown liner on her lash line. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. But for my eyes, I'm just using the L'Oreal bronzer just to add some depth and dimension because I think that's what she did here. So I'm going to do those few steps that she mentioned but didn't show. Then she's using the Maybelline Falsies mascara. I'm going to put a good couple coats of that on.
Okay, I'm finishing off the eye look. I didn't do anything crazy. I just put something a little bronzy in my crease, a brighter shade on my lid, and then I did a smudged brown liner. Curled my lashes, and now I'm adding my Maybelline Falsies mascara. Waterproof version only. It's the only thing that holds curl for my lashes. all day.
Now we'll see real quick with over 40 lashes, as we get older, they tend to thin a little bit. So having a traditional spoolie like this actually works really well for over 40 because it doesn't deposit too much product, which the plastic ones can do. So over 40, I really recommend doing the spoolie. So this is actually working out pretty nicely. Next step she does is the bronzer, the L'Oreal Infallible Bronzer, and she just puts this on top of that cream that she had down before. So she's layering creams down first and then powders on top. I'm going to do that.
We've got the L'Oreal Infallible Bronzer in the shade Medium 350. Put this right over the top of where we did our cream bronzer. Tap and then kind of lightly blend backwards towards my hairline. This is the layering technique that I'm always talking about. This is what's gonna make the makeup last. You've got a layer of powder over the top of all of your cream and liquid products, and so your makeup is not gonna budge. It's gonna stay on for hours. It's gonna look flawless. Much of this makeup routine is L'Oreal because they are just killing it in drugstore makeup right now. We also have the L'Oreal Infallible Confident Pink Blush.
And she uses this bright pink blush from L'Oreal, and she says that it's bright, which it is. It's very bright, you guys. So you have to go in with a light hand. And again, I'm so out of my comfort zone doing pink blushes. You know I love corals. So for me to do a pink blush, I'm like, okay, I can do this. Let's see how this turns out. Yeah, that is bright. We're going to do it because I want to get the same results. Okay, then the next part she does is she locks it down with the L'Oreal Infallible 3-second setting mist. I have not tried this yet. I did not even know they had this, you all. So she says it's a do for the one size setting spray, and you know I love that one, so.
Prepare yourself because it is going to be heavy duty. It's going to choke you a little bit, but your makeup will not budge. This is a dupe for the one size Until Dawn.
Oh, that's a strong mister. Ooh, that is powerful. Okay, I'm not going to open my eyes for a second. Oh, I can feel it at first. Now that it dries, it starts to calm down, but when you first spray it, I definitely feel it on the skin. But I'm sure it's gonna lock this makeup down and make it last all day. And she says line the lips with the NYX lip liner.
This is a tingly lip liner, okay? You're gonna feel it, but it's beautiful. And it's a very creamy, like pigmented formula.
Then L'Oreal Caramel Latte lipstick. You all know I love the L'Oreal lipsticks. I think it's the best formula hands down from the drugstore. I would have never have chosen this color because it's kind of frosty. It's giving me very 90s vibes, but we're gonna roll with it. And then top it up with the Maybelline Lifter Gloss in the color Ice. Okay, that definitely tones down the shimmer, so I like this a lot better with the gloss on top. At first with this shimmery brown lipstick, I was like, woo, 90s, okay, we're back. I remember that era, but adding the lip gloss on top kind of tones it down. And I always love gloss for over 40 because we need our lips to look fuller as we start to get older.
There is the glam, all finished, no filter, no edits. Just stunning, beautiful, gorgeous makeup.
Let me take my curlers out so you all can see the full effect of this glam. Let me zoom out a little bit. Again, I'm by a natural window, so I don't have any studio lights. I'm not doing any trickery on you all. I told you curlers give you the volume. Look at that volume. Look at that volume. Let me get up to the camera so you all can see natural light. This is the glam. As I've been doing makeup on YouTube for 17 years, I hereby hand you my crown. This was a great makeup routine. I definitely think this works amazing for over 40. I would say the only thing that I would maybe tweak a little bit is taking out the liquid blush here. You don't really need it because it doesn't show up well. And then for those of us over 40, I would add in a little bit of color corrector underneath instead of using so much plain concealer, because as we get older, our dark circles, like you can see my dark circles still poking through just a little bit. So if I did a color corrector underneath to kind of balance that out, this would be perfect. I really like how this turned out. It's really beautiful. I'll link to all the products below in the description box, and I'll also link to Shelby's makeup tutorial if you guys want to check it out. So hopefully this was fun for you all to feel glam using just drugstore makeup.